Really? S-Fan said it's not muted. Hello? Why is it muted? I have audio. What a start. Fixed. Ah! Hello, everybody. Hello. 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 How's it going? How's it going? I'm live. Ew. This feels really weird. Cool. Hi, welcome to the stream. It's been a bit, huh? It's been a couple months. I'm back. Hello, S-Fan. How's it going? So... my title apparently is scary. My title wasn't supposed to be scary at all, because it's like good stuff, right? But I'll explain those. Touching grass, that's what I do. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Oh no. Oh no. Is it saved? Was that all you just freaking out because that one green screen that's now gone? Saved. Okay. Cool. Huh. Alright. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back, I guess. I am back. This is gonna be short, ish. I'm just gonna explain, like, you know, where I've been, what's been going on, and talk a little bit about my decision to come back, and then explain the changes. There are some changes that are being made that I'm really excited about, and I think there are a lot of you here right now, and I think some of you will be excited about it, and some of you, will not be here tomorrow, which is fine. Welcome, Drama Frogs, I suppose. Good to see you. I've missed you so much. It's been a while. Anyway, so okay, I have some bullets too. So if I'm flipping through a paper, it's because I have some stuff written down. I guess, yeah, wave if you're a Drama Frog. Hi guys. So what I want to start with is, people that are, well, thank you for being here if you're here at all, but people from my community, I know I just, like, disappeared for 2 months. I mean, I didn't post anywhere or type anywhere or say anything. I just, like, totally went rogue and, like, didn't give you guys any answers or any idea of when I was coming back. So for that, I'm sorry, and I really appreciate that you're still here, because I recognize a lot of these names, and thank you for being here still. I know 2 months is a long time in terms of social media, so I appreciate you guys still being here. I also have thank yous that are due, obviously, for other people in my life. Britt and Milena, for doing their fundraiser for Alveus. I was not involved in that at all. Milena was just like, is it okay if we do this for the animals? And I was like, yes. So they raised a ton of money, which was amazing. Lud is doing his subathon in a couple days, and is raising money for Alveus, and then Cutie's going to do a fundraiser too, which all of those things, the Halloween event is the biggest fundraiser that Alveus has every year, and because of timing, we didn't do it this year, and so it's a huge relief that they were doing that. So all of those people, and all the people that helped with Britt and Milena's stream behind the scenes, because I know there were a lot of people there, really, like, just a huge relief for us, to keep us, so that we can maintain operating and salaries here for our staff and all that. It's very important to us. So thank you to those people that helped us a lot in not having the Halloween event this month. So that's number one, is thank yous all around. I want to talk a little bit about what the past few months have been like, I guess, and why I'm live, or why I'm back streaming. Also, I'm probably gonna repeat myself. I talk in circles and I talk a lot. I guess you guys can't talk, so like, I don't know why I'm apologizing for that, because I'm a streamer and like that's how it goes. But if I repeat myself a bunch of times, sorry, I'm really bad about that. So first month since I tweeted, hi Gabby. First month since I tweeted, or from when I tweeted, until a month later, I really was genuinely contemplating coming back at all. I really, to be like completely transparent, I just did not want to at all. Like, I was just like, it wasn't me like deciding like, do I want to come back? Do I not want to come back? It was like me exploring other models for how I could make Alveus work without Twitch and without being online myself. My eyelash just got stuck on my bottom eye, my eyelid. So I was exploring a bunch of offline models. My parents have a nonprofit, right? I'm like talking to my parents about grant writing and like, how can I write enough grants, and can Alveus take animals to local schools? Like, can we have people visit here? Can we operate more like that, like offline? Can we make enough money that way? Can we just do YouTube? Like, do I not need to stream? Like, what I was just like exploring lots of offline models. This like, truly, this was not a decision that I took lightly at all. Like, past 2 months has been like really, really heavy decision making on what I want to do with my life going forward, so yeah, I did lots of thinking in that first full month of just like, what do I do, and like, how do I do it without coming back to streaming? And then I think a lot of you know, or if you're in my community, a lot of people also know just generally, because I've been pretty transparent about it throughout my career, is like, I never started streaming with the intention of, I know it sounds weird, I never started streaming with the intention of like becoming a streamer. Like, I didn't start streaming because I wanted to be a content creator. I was streaming in college off like my MacBook because I thought I could make some extra cash as a college student. I was just like, and I was doing covers on like guitar covers, singing covers on Instagram anyway, like on my personal Instagram as a like complete normie. And so I was like, oh, like maybe I can make some cash, right? Like going live or whatever. But it wasn't like, let me build my brand, like let me like build this business and become a content creator. It was never a plan for me. And I think for a lot of people it is. I think there are a lot of people that go into it wanting to be a streamer, and wanting to be a content creator. And I got my degree in agriculture. So I was not going for the content creator route at all. It was just like never, it was never something that I wanted, initially. And then very soon after I started streaming, I had Bean, and then everything just happened really, really fast. And before I knew it, I was a streamer. I was. And I'm not saying like I was forced into it, right? It's just how it unfolded, right? Like, I started streaming in April of 2019, and the first time I came to Texas was like May or June 2019. Like, it was just bam, bam, and then I was just in the streaming world, and I was a streamer. So, all of that to say that I don't feel that I was made for this. Or like, ew, sorry. Sec. Hold on. Ew. When I say ew, it's at like myself, it's not at you. All that to say that I don't feel like I was made for this, or like this career, or this industry, or like, or like being in the public eye, you know? I gotta stop saying ew. It like makes no sense. What I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of people that I feel are made for this and like want this and really like it. And I was never going down that path because I'm not the kind of person that's made for it. So, me saying that, like, I am super, super grateful for streaming. Somebody just said shave your mustache. I've missed this so much. I love it here. I love the public eye. Sorry. I got one guide in the Sea of Hearts. Okay. I am so grateful. I really am grateful for streaming and what it's done for me, and what I've, the people that I've met in the past few years, and I built my dream, like my dream, because I've been a streamer. So I am like eternally grateful for that. So I recognize that I'm so lucky, right? I'm so lucky to be in the position that I'm in today, and the fact that I got thrown into it like that, and it just happened. Like, there are so many people that dream of that kind of thing, and so I recognize that I'm very, very lucky to be in the position that I'm in. But again, like, all of this to say, I just don't feel like I'm made for this, or made for this industry. But what I do feel like I'm made for is conservation education in particular. Before I started streaming, someone get on with it. I know this. I apologized initially because I'm going to just like circle. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that I cover everything. When I started streaming in 2019, I was working at a zoo. And I was doing conservation education, so I was bringing animals out to schools and events, special events, and like fairs, like the Mid-State Fair and stuff like that, and doing education programs in person. And it became something that I was passionate about so quickly. Like, I grew up on a farm, right? So I've always been in domestics. I've always been in agriculture. And then when I started exotics, it just made sense, I was just like, animals and the planet, because I was going to school for agriculture for sustainability. I've always cared about the planet, and I always wanted to do sustainability and to do conservation of our natural world. So then when I was able to combine animals with that sustainability piece, it just made so much sense. And I was like, yes, conservation. So, I do feel like I'm made for conservation education. That was super obvious to me when I started my job at the zoo in California, and it was super obvious to me when I started doing conservation education on my stream. Having Bean on my stream, Bean is the red-tailed hawk that I started with, the logo for Alveus, the first bird that I rehabbed and released. Stream, like, fell in love with Bean. I did lots of wildlife rehab on my stream where, I'm sorry for the ads. It's a bot. It's an ad bot. Sorry. I did wildlife rehab on my stream, and I saw my viewers like fall in love with those animals as well. And like with Tina, and with the raccoons that I raised, and with the cottontails that I raised, and there have been countless birds, Dip and Dot, you know, like I've had so many birds that my stream has just fallen in love with. And then at Alveus, obviously, the ambassadors, like, I know that you guys miss the ambassadors too, because you develop this connection to these animals. And seeing the power that that has through my stream has been so important. It's exactly like what I was doing in college, right? Of like bringing animals to classrooms and events and stuff like that, except on such a way, way bigger scale. And we don't have to load the animals up in a van and take them there, which is very stressful. Transport is very stressful. And, you know, kids aren't like yanking on them and stuff like that. It's the animals get to reside in their permanent homes, virtually, where I'm the only one handling them, but people are still falling in love with them. And it's not tens of people at a time. It's thousands of people at a time. And the reason, or one of the reasons that the mission statement of Alveus is to unite online communities for conservation. And the other mission of Alveus is to rescue non-releasable animal ambassadors. I think having ambassadors, having an animal that you guys can meet, watch the journey of, and get to know the personality of, I think it makes such a difference for connecting that animal to its wild counterpart. And I think that's so important for conservation. I've said this before on my stream. You can see a billboard that says, like, blue-fronted Amazons or sorry, Congo African greys have declined by 99%. You can see a billboard of that or whatever, or read it in a book or read it in an article and be like, sad maybe, but like more just like, okay. But now that you know Mia, you know, now that you have an animal that you can connect that to, you're gonna be like, damn. It was not very articulate, but you know exactly what I'm saying. I just think it's so important to have animals to connect that to. I think it's so powerful for conservation. I think it's so powerful as a teaching tool. So with Alveus' mission statement and that being a reality for the way that I do conservation education, those are the reasons that I decided to come back. I don't think that Alveus is able to sustain what it has grown into without me coming back. And Alveus' mission it's my dream, and it's something that I really, really, really believe in for our planet. Like, I think it has the potential to make a massive difference in conservation, in the pet trade, in the wildlife trade, in the fur trade, in the traditional medicine trade. There's just so many things that, in the agricultural industry, so many things that people can learn about just because I stream and because I teach you about it. And that's not something that I'm willing to let go of or ready to let go of, because I believe in the model and I want to see it through. I just think there's a lot more that can be done. So it took a month to get there, where I was just like accepting of like I gotta come back, you know, like this is why I need to come back. And then the second month of my break or just like being away, was kind of like reworking how to do it, right? Or like how to come back. So I knew that coming back to streaming, it was going to have to look very different for me. Or that there was going to have to be a shift for me to feel okay coming back, or like want to. And that shift is mostly just to Alveus. I'm going to explain it in like more. Why are there 30,000 people here? Good Lord. Sorry. So, I knew it was going to have to look really different for coming back. But the major difference is it's just a shift in what I want the focus of my channel to be. I think for a long time, when I was, so as a streamer, right, like past few years, the most important, before Alveus, the most rewarding and important part of my content was the conservation cast, right? I had this podcast where I had conservationists and ecologists and biologists come on my stream, and we would talk about their research and we would fundraise for a conservation cause, and that was like, it was my lowest viewership by a lot, but it was the most rewarding part of my streaming career, and it was like, it felt really good. And then I did a lot of other content that helped me grow as a creator, but wasn't like what I like believe, you know, it was just like part of being a streamer was doing other content. And since having Alveus, like the content that I feel the best about, it is the hardest work by miles, and I guess it's probably my lowest viewership. Yeah, but like Animal Quest and stuff like that, when I'm teaching, when I'm doing Alveus stuff, when I'm doing education is when I feel the best about my stream. So coming back, I've done a lot of work at Alveus. We've done a lot of work at Alveus. Me, Connor, Kayla, Ella, Space, the team, you know. Everybody's done a lot, and we've made a lot of changes that I'm really, really excited for Alveus. I think it will lead to really cool things for the organization and for conservation as a whole, like as a cause, that I'm really stoked about. I live at Alveus now. I moved here. I bought a tiny house and I dropped it on the property. I have no water or electricity or septic right now, but I moved out here just so that I could really like put my head down and focus on Alveus and nothing else. Because despite me being like very anxious about coming back, and a lot of parts of me just not wanting to come back to this industry, I think that Alveus as a cause, and conservation as a cause is just so much bigger than myself, you know? And so I've been doing a lot of work. I moved out here. I'm here 24/7, literally, just so that I can focus on that and push this mission forward. As for the timing of coming back, this one, I'm sorry, someone like make a video of how many times I've said conservation. Sorry, it's kind of my thing. Timing of coming back. Some of you, I don't know if all of you know about Conservation Uncharted, but I do this series called Conservation Uncharted, where it's like Conservation Cast, like the podcast that I did, where I talk to organizations about their research, and then we raise money for them, except Uncharted is a travel series. So I did the first episode with whale and dolphin conservation in Monterey, and we went whale watching on a boat, and we talked about their organization and what they do. My second episode of the series was in Ireland. I was at a bird of prey center, and we watched a bird of prey show, learned about vultures and lots of other birds, and fundraised for them in their red kite reintroduction program. And my next episode is with Wolf Conservation Center in New York. I have been planning this episode with them since January. And Wolf Conservation Center is part of two different SSPs. SSP is a species survival program, which is a federal recovery and release program for specific species. And they do it for two species. They have the Mexican gray wolf and the red wolf through that center. They are one of the three largest facilities in North America that is part of these species survival programs. And Mexican gray wolves and red wolves are two of the most endangered animals in North America. There are eight red wolves individuals in the wild. and I think about 130 Mexican gray wolves. And so they're just doing essential work right now, and we've been planning it since January. And I just think it's such an important series, and it's such an important way to use my platform. And the date for that stream is November 18th. And so that's why I'm back today. To be completely honest with you, if I didn't have that stream planned, I don't think that I would be back so soon. But part of the reason that it's planned for this date is because they're doing vet checks. They don't do vet checks on their wolves very often, but they are doing vet checks, and they do no sedation at their facility. And so I was lined up with their vet so that I can go in their wolf enclosures and show you guys their wolves really, really up close and personal. And I just think that that's really important for this kind of education. And so I wanted to keep that date for that reason. So, Conservation Uncharted, the next episode, is in 2 days. And I am traveling to New York and working with the Wolf Conservation Center. I'm teaching you guys about what they do, about red wolves, about Mexican gray wolves, about eastern coyotes, and they have wolf ambassadors as well. So that's part of the reason why I'm back right now. So yeah, that's for timing. Let me just make sure that I've said everything that I want to say about coming back. It took me longer to explain that than I expected. Probably because I said everything at least 2 or 3 times. Yeah. I think that's what I wanted to say. For coming back. Does that make sense to you guys? I freaking love wolves. I'm so glad. Yeah? Cool. Alright, well, thank you for